Vinyl tile has been installed and the baseboard's installed, and you can obviously see that the tile goes under the baseboard because it was put down before the baseboard. What happens here is people actually, because the baseboards are so high off the floor, whenever they shoot their trim down, they actually shoot at an angle which pierces the tile, which stops it from doing its thing. Hence, you get a whole bunch of buckling, raising up, lips breaking, all kinds of stuff. This stuff has got to be free floating, hence the name floating floor. And it's not able to do that. And this has been repaired once already. You can see they come out cut right there along the edge of the baseboard with the oscillating saw to free it up a little bit. Well, the vent was actually still super tight. The cabinet, you can see they buzzed around that side right there a little bit, but look underneath here where we pulled the stove out. So this whole island is sitting on the vinyl tile, which is an absolute no-no. It's screwed to the floor, hence the floor cannot move. Now it's completely fastened to the floor, so now the floor again cannot move. This over here, they actually did this correct and used the track for the transitions, but again, they did not leave expansion here. Everywhere here is cut tight to the floor itself, so cannot move at all. These floors have got to have expansion room. They got to move in and out. They cannot be fastened off. Looky here, underneath of this cabinet. See the nail hole right there where it's shot in the cabinet? I mean, in through the floor. And also, there's another one right there. Also, these cabinets are setting on the floor. So every bit of these cabinets and everything is fastened to this floor, stops it from moving. So this is absolutely 100% set up for failure. That's why we are here. Anyway, we'll dig more into it. I can already tell some more problems just from walking on it. At the very first step onto the floor, we'll get into those in just a little bit once we get this tile up. Okay, this here is also another very common problem that you see when handyman or DIY people do their own subfloor work. Right here is a major issue. You can see about every 6-8 inches to a foot. I mean, look at here. You're that far away. Look on the joints. They should be every 2 inches, about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch from the joint here. 1, 2, 3 in that area. And when you get that, let's see that. It's not secure. You can actually feel this floor moving when you walk on the tile. When I came out here to evaluate this job a few weeks ago, that was the first thing I noticed. Literally, when I took one step in from the laminate to this vinyl plank, I noticed it with 1 foot on the floor that the underlayment / luan was not secured properly. So we are going to definitely address that. Again, that is a main issue that you get with DIY enthusiast or handyman. But again, not to discourage you, just do your homework. Causes major problems. So looky here again, you got a staple here. I don't see another one all the way over here anywhere from this one. You got a pattern going here, which is little space, should be every 4 inches, and then from here over, nothing. Got to do more than hold it flat. It has to be secured. Okay, so looking right here at the bottom of the cabinet, right there, almost might even be 5/8 or more, because the quarter round barely did touch. You can see where the caulking is. It barely did touch the corner of the cabinet. And then you can see how much it touched down there. So, huge dip in the floor right here. Fixing to cut this out right here. And what I'm thinking right now, as of right now, I might just put you right here. See what's going on there. So you can't, it's hard to kind of see exactly how much that is, but you can see by the cabinet over there. So what I'm thinking, we'll see, cut a section out here, about yay much or something here, from the front of the cabinet, maybe over all the way across here, because it does go all the way across to over here. See what the floor looks like under the underlayment. Do what I need to do to make it structural, sound, not moving, prime it, and mud it to make it smooth, and that'll take 3/16 of an inch or so down on that back end. We'll see how much it allows. I may end up having to come a little further. We'll see what happens, and we'll see how to get this to a minimal, get it into tolerance anyway. So the fridge was right here. It was touching the baseboard. At the top of the fridge, it was like this far away. So it leans big time because of that dip in the floor right there. We're gonna take care of it. And this is yet another very misunderstood issue with putting down loo on or underlayment. People think this, you go over it with a new 1/4 inch ply and it fixes everything. Absolutely does not, okay? This needs to be prepped for your underlayment, okay? For instance, all of these clumps of sheetrock mud, stuff like that, if you have a high joint in your original floor that you're going over, there's going to be a ridge in this whenever you put this down. So you still need to sand your joints, make sure this is flat and clean as possible before you put this down. This is only a 1/4 inch, so it's going to conform to the shape and to whatever condition that this floor is in. So this is just a clean version of this, smooth version of this. Whatever you want this to be, you gotta do it to this floor. All right, we now got this all secured off properly. Every 4 inches on the field, 2 inches on the joints. We have this took care of and primed. That's almost dry, and then we're going to go ahead and feather, float, whatever you want to call it, from the edge of this over to the edge of that, and it'll take care of this void. That'll flatten everything out. I screwed the floor down really good, make sure it's nice and solid, secure, so we ain't got no movement causing my floor patch to bust up or anything like that. So it's very important whenever you do floor patch on wood subfloor that you get your subfloor nice and solid without any movement in it at all. If you happen to have some, you can put a little additive in your floor patch, and that'll give it a little bit of a bendy elasticity, or whatever you call it, where it don't crack so bad. It's not going to be so brittle. It'll actually be just a smidgen pliable, but again, your subfloor has to be solid. You don't want it to be doing a whole bunch of movement. Very minor movement, you can get away with it if you put an additive in your mud. But here, we got it nice and solid. We will be floating it out here in just a few minutes. When we get it all done, I'll let you take a peek, and after that, we are going to have this thing ready for tile installation. I'm going to take, well, that's good. I don't have to worry about that. Oh, I do, after I get my patch down, I will address that. See how that's really high up here? The width of my finger, it was even a little messed up whenever the other floor was down, so I'll take and fix that. Might just cut the corners or something, screw it down flat into that. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll make it nice nonetheless. And yeah, up here I got to do a little bit of fixing to do this while I'm waiting. I'll cut this back just a hair where it's overlapped. Cut this off a little bit and get it where that vent falls in there nicely. And it looks like a little bit right there too. Maybe even a little bit on the end. I might just buzz around that edge right there to get the vent to fall in there nicely. Alrighty, so we have got this thing flattened out. One of my straight edge across now is perfect. Everything worked out quite lovely right there. Real happy with the way all that worked out. Let that dry and we will be able to get a move on. Okay, so this is what we got going on today. This is nice now. Everything here is good. I did go over it one more time to fill any little voids or anything like that. Nice, perfectly flat right down through there. So that's going to take care of that wonderfully. And we was able to get everything marked out and start installing. You notice I started with the 6 1/8 inch tile right there. And we will end up with a 6 1/8 inch tile over there in order to keep it centered. Here's my line here, centered with the doorway. That's going to be the most visible, broadest spot. This wall right here is going to be hid with the refrigerator. Just a little section of the cabinet, maybe 2 foot, so I didn't want to center it with that. So this is all exposed and a complete, you know, it's a 36 doorway, so that's 3 foot exposed. That'll be seen all the time. So I decided to balance off of that laminate to this wall here, and also the same thing here, because we've got all cabinets over here, just a little bit of wall there and a little bit of wall there. I balanced it with this laminate to this wall. That's what I balanced everything with. So anyway, that's the most noticeable, visible spots on it all. So that's what I balanced the room according to. But anyway, we got 3 runs going. Just again, I like to, if I'm able to get some prep work done and then get a decent start so I can take right off the next day, that's always what I like to do. So that's what I was able to get accomplished here. In the morning, that will be dry enough. We can come on in here and get working over that, finish these runs out, and just keep working everything that way. We might, I don't know for sure, but we might be able to get this completely done tomorrow. I'll be doing custom transitions there, and I will be doing custom transitions over here just to keep everything nice. So, with that being said, thank you guys once again for tuning into the channel. Until next time, FBSB's out.